Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video in Raid Shadow Legends. Sometimes it seems like there's a lot of people in the community that are just not fully prepared for when events come along. They get discouraged when they don't complete the event. So I thought it would be a good idea to go over the ways to save up and plan for the usual events that we get. As you may or may not know, there are 5 events that we get on a regular basis, but no specific set rotation. In my opinion, the order of events that would make the most sense is Summon Rush, Champion Training, Dungeon Divers, Artifact Enhancement, and then Arena Assault. In Summon Rush events, you earn points by summoning champions using any of the various summoning shards. These events typically reward 1 point for Mystery Shards, 20 points for Ancient Shards, 120 points for Void Shards, and 500 points for Sacred Shards. And also in the past, the final reward is somewhere between 2,500 points and 3,000 points, and is usually an epic skill tome or a legendary skill tome. Unless you're buying the packs in the game with money, you will not be getting the final reward for this event every time it comes around. The best way to prepare for the event and hopefully get the final reward is to save all of your ancient shards and above for one specific event and use them hopefully when a legendary skill tome is the final reward. I also find it useful to use your silver in the market to buy every mystery shard that you can find. That way when a Summon Rush event comes up, you won't be completing it by using all the rest of your shards, you can use the mystery shards to at least get about half of the rewards. Champion training events give points when champions level up or rank up. The point values have changed in the past, so it's best to check the point values whenever a new event comes along. But if you want to obtain the final reward in one of these events, you'll most likely need to have double experience boost on and be farming 12-3 or 12-6 on Brutal Campaign. I typically level up and rank up as I normally would without doing anything extra, and I'll pass the events. But in the last champion training event, a very good way to make some extra points for some cheap energy requirements became very popular. If you take your food champions on a few campaign runs before you use them as food, you can get some decent level up points for those champions since the first few levels happen so quickly. The best way to prepare for one of these events is to save a good amount of champions that are at max level for their rank and rank them up after the event starts with the partially leveled food champions. I did this for this most recent champion training event and was easily able to get over 2,000 points without much effort. The only other way to semi-prepare for this event is by saving your weekly or monthly quest energy refreshes. Also, if an event gives energy as a reward, it is usually a good practice to save those rewards until the next event goes live and claim it then, so that if a champion training or dungeon divers event, you can use the energy to get a jump start at the beginning. Dungeon Divers events require you to get artifacts as drops from the campaign or dungeons in order to get points. If you were using gem refreshes or had a lot of energy saved up, you might be able to complete one of these events by doing only campaign, but usually the best way to complete one of these events is to farm any of the artifact dropping dungeons. This is because the point system rewards more points for higher rarity artifacts like legendary or epic, as well as more points for higher ranked artifacts like 5-star or 6-star gear. So the best way to get the big points is to do the highest level dungeon you're comfortable autoing and hope for a 6-star legendary piece. The only way to prepare for one of these events is to save your weekly or monthly quest energy refreshes or the previous event energy rewards so that you can maximize the amount of energy you have to spend on the event. Artifact enhancement events have been missing for 2 months now, and a lot of people have assumed that Plarium are just not doing these events anymore. Because there's not been anything officially said about this event going away yet, I'll be going over the event as if it was still coming back, and I will base it off the previous events that we've had. Artifact enhancement events reward points based off of spending silver for leveling up any of the artifacts that you have in your storage or in your champions. For the first few events that I participated in, the event did not include points for artifact level ups between levels 2 and 4 because those levels are guaranteed level ups. But for the past couple of events, they have changed the point system to include those levels 2 through 4, and by doing so they've made the event incredibly easy to complete. Most people will save 5-star artifacts from their campaign farming and will level them up to level 4 and sell them, and will complete the event with very little silver and time invested. This is most likely the reason that we have not seen one of these events in a long time, and realistically, they should probably do some tweaking to the event to make it more difficult, even though everyone, including myself, would like to keep such an easy event. The final event they typically run is the Arena Assault event. This is typically the hardest event to complete, and in my opinion, they've never really gotten it quite right. The points are rewarded by getting arena medals of any type, and in the past, more medals have been rewarded for gold medals than bronze and silver medals. But lately, they've changed the system to give the same amount of points for all medal types. This has created a weird scenario where changing arena tiers from bronze 4 to silver 1, or silver 4 to gold 1 causes you to get less points per fight due to the number of medals that are rewarded for a win in their respective tiers. And on top of the weird point system, the points required in order to get the final reward are always so high that I've never completed one of these events, and the only way to do so is to be very lucky by winning all of your arena fights and spend tons of gems refreshing your arena tokens. There's a way to be strategic about this event, and hopefully you'll get more wins, which is lowering your arena defenses so that you drop in points, and hopefully get easier targets. But you have to be careful while doing this so that you don't drop too low and have to spend time and tokens climbing back into the tier you want to be in. When patch 1.8 was released, the daily arena token refreshes seemed to be bugged, and instead of lasting 1 day, each refresh was lasting 99 days in our mailbox. This has since been fixed, and we're back to only 24-hour time limits for our arena token refreshes. But if you're saved to refreshes like me, you should have almost 20 refreshes just sitting in your mailbox. As long as they don't somehow retroactively fix the timer on these, a good idea would be to save these for the Arena Assault events and use them as many as you need to complete it. With this mix-up to the daily arena token refreshes, we might see a harder Arena Assault event next time it comes around to compensate for the new influx of arena tokens. But it also appears that a lot of players have been getting matched up against very weak teams lately, and possibly using their refreshes to continue to climb the tiers right now just because it's so easy. This may or may not be intentional to try to get these refreshes out of our mailboxes, but we'll just have to wait and see what the next event is like. Well, we've gone over each of the events, how they work, and the best ways to prepare for them. If you'd like to have a discussion about the events in the game or have any suggestions on future videos, leave a comment, and if you liked the video or thought it was informative, a like would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.